This is going to be a short video. I always say that, and then these videos become 15-20 minutes. Usually, I do these videos after the fact, or it's something simple that I can show on camera. This particular one, I can't show on camera because it's been 3 days working on this, and would work on it 15 minutes, then take a break, come back to it an hour later or so, and I finally got it going. Guy I know said that he needed some radios for an upcoming event, and he didn't have any, and I had 3 sets of Motorola radios and a bunch of mics and push-to-talks and headsets and everything like that. I don't use them. I have my own gear, Baofeng, that's all I use. So I said to him, I'll give you all these radios, you can share the wealth with your friends. And he mentioned that he had a sniper rifle, which is right here. And he said, yeah, I can't get it to work, all it needs is a new hop-up. So I said, well, I'll take it. And at the time, my friend's sniper rifle was down, and I thought, well, if it's something simple I can fix, maybe I can get this up and running for him. So he came, got the radios, left, brought the rifle, brought the mags back, things like that. And this is the rifle. Okay? Now what this is, I'd look up the model online to figure out what it was. And I'll tell you, it's a UTG Master Sniper Series Gen 5. I think there's a Pro in there or something like that. I'm going to insert a video in the picture here. I mean, insert a picture into the video now so you guys can. Okay, so when I got the rifle, it was together, but there was a couple issues. Let's start from the front and work my way down. As you can see, the barrel sticking out of there. I'll explain that later. When trying to take the orange tip off, he forgot to knock the pin out, so he just tore the threads up and bent the heck out of the front end here. Okay, that was first thing. Second thing, when you take the gun apart, this screw was stripped right here and bent slightly. The hop-up, to hold the hop-up and the barrel in place, that plate and the screws there was missing. This back screw was stripped out. So the only screw that was holding it was the center screw. So I got a new screw for the front, or new bolt, new screw for the front. I drilled this out and got a different bolt in here, and this is the only original bolt. Now, this one can hold the barrel in place, so that thing that's on the receiver that holds the barrel in place, it's needed, but it doesn't work. The hop-up plus this bolt right here is keeping, I got it off camera, I should be showing you. The hop-up plus this bolt right here was holding it then. The next thing, the hop-up was driven into the barrel because when he tried to put it together, he put it together with an AEG barrel, and an AEG barrel, it's a proprietary barrel that fit in here originally. And it's a VSR 10 like hop-up, but it's not the same. It's smaller. So I was able to get that out, and I had to grind the back off because where he was hammering on it, I had peened it over, so I ground that out. Took it apart, missing a couple of screws, and I find that the barrel was crushed down because there's 2 rings on the hop-up that hold this special barrel in place. Well, I don't have anything that would fit that because it's a special barrel. So I ground those 2 spots out, found some screws for it, put it back together with the original bucking because it's a proprietary bucking, of course. It was missing the nub part on the top. It's like a little plastic, hard plastic piece. I didn't want to use that, so I had a like harder nub that I put in there, and I put it back together, and I shot it, and it actually shot BBs out. They were nosediving, but I thought, okay, that's good. So I straightened the hop up out a little bit, put it back in the gun. I had an old barrel holder from a short barrel. It was a big round rubber end on it, had the tube and the whole 9 yards. So I actually drilled 2 holes in that and slid it over, and I got it right in the center here as a barrel spacer. Made the barrel sit right in the center, had the rubber around either side. It was solid. Then, to fix the end piece, I found a block that I had of plastic. It was round block. I drilled it out, just big enough for the barrel, and I put it right at the end. I had to drive it in a little bit because it was as big as the screws, and got it in there. The next thing I did is I JB welded it in place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the gun at the camera and try to zoom in so you guys get an idea what that looks like. See if it'll focus. I think it's focusing on me. Yeah, so that's not working. Alright, I don't know if you can actually... Yeah, there you go. I JB welded around that piece. Now what you're going to see is a little piece sticking up with threads, and the barrel of course sticking out. But that is a plastic insert that you put in on the outside of a pistol barrel to put a muzzle, a flash hider or whatever, silencer on a pistol. So what I did is, pull back here again, is I glued with ABS cement, okay, medium black, stuff is the best, and I made a flat spot around here and I glued this all fast, okay, and it's tight as a drum, keeps the barrel, is nice and tight, it doesn't wobble, there's no wang in the when you shoot it, and it shoots great. So I got that part all set. Didn't even test the FPS. I'm just getting it shooting. So right here is the VSR 10 hop-up style. And we're going to try to zoom in on that too. Alright, you probably, you know what, I am going to put my finger in front of it and shine a light. Alright, I don't know if you can see that right there. That's where it is. If you notice where it's at, it is at the farthest forward position, which is normal, and it says hop is back. It is all the way back. With the soft nub that I put in there on the arm, it puts tremendous amount of hop on there. So I threw some 3.0 BBs in there and went outside to shoot. And this thing is skyrocketing them 3.0s out there. Goes out about maybe 80, 90 feet and then up to the moon. So then I thought, I'll throw some 3.2s in it. Throw some 3.2s in there. It's better. I'm getting out there to 200 feet and they're floating still up in the air. I actually had some Mad Bull 4.3s. I put in this, and at 220 feet, the things are like a stone, just boom, like that. So it's shooting, it's working. The hop-up will break in a little bit, and I think with some use it'll actually settle in. Now the biggest gotcha on this is this looks like a VSR 10 mag. It is not. VSR 10 mags are about a third, well, I'd say a quarter longer, maybe about 1.5 inches, and a little thicker. Okay, this is a proprietary mag for this. It had a problem with the mag fitting in there and staying, and I fixed this button here, so now it's a little tight, but clicks in place, and when you press the button, it pops out correctly now. Alright, so I did get that fixed as well. The only other thing I'm probably going to look at is in the stock are weights, which, you know, keeps the gun sort of back heavy. You know, when you got it, it's sort of sticking, it's going down to the back. You can't find a like center of gravity or center of balance on it. It seems when I'm holding this, all the weight is right here at my shoulder. And I think I will take off this stock piece and see if there's any metal in there, which it does feel like there is. So it does fire. Okay. And it's a very easy bolt pull. That was another thing too. He has scarred all over the bolt here, or the cylinder when he pulled it out. So I sort of tried to smooth that off. I lubed this front part up, and it's got a really smooth bolt pull now. Getting back to the hop-up. This is not an AEG type barrel. This is a sniper rifle barrel. It doesn't have the bridge on the back. I only had one barrel. It didn't fit that well. So I went down and I ground with a file across that opening until I got it to the desired opening, and I put it in. Now, I probably could found a shorter barrel or something else like that, but I put this in and the thing is straight as a string, even though it's over hopping them a little bit. So I'm like, I wasn't doing anything with this barrel. It's sitting there. Couldn't use it for something that I bought it for. So it's good. Now, the only other thing that we have here, and I thought I brought it in, and then I noticed it still had wet paint on it, is I have this plastic birdcage flash hider. Okay, I'm going to put it on there. Now, it has a tight spot where it goes around the barrel, which keeps it centered, but then you can screw this on fast, like so, which I'm going to do. Okay, and it's right there without getting paint on me. I'm going to zoom in again so you can take a look at that and on the end there. Focus, there you go. Doesn't really look bad. I was thinking about maybe a silencer or a muzzle, some kind of muzzle thing on there, and I thought, I have these parts, I figured call it good. I was also considering cutting off the barrel and trying to remount the end, but it was working so good the way it was, I said, I'll just put this on. So now you have a complete sniper rifle, other than taking these weights out of here. It has a sling point up front here, and sling point on this side. This rifle, brand new, is $70. Says it shoots 460 out of the box. The reason I know it doesn't shoot 460 with 2.0s out of the box is because a friend thought he was doing something and bought one of these, and he got it and it was shooting like 420 out of the box. He bought the upgrade for it, which included a new cylinder with a different spring and stuff inside there. It was a cylinder with the pistons, the piston, the spring, and the spring guide all together in a package for like, I think it was $39 or $40. He put it in there and the gun was shooting at like 465, okay, with 2.0s. So it wasn't really much of an upgrade, but he had a lot of fun with it and used it quite a bit. But for $70, and the way I've got this upgraded now, I did look inside the cylinder, and it does take a special kind of spring, which I actually have. But the spring I have that fits it is an M170. And that would make it so you couldn't even pull it back. Sure, it would make the thing shoot like 480 or something like that. But I don't think we need to do that. I think this is going to be good enough where it's at. Okay, on chrono testing, which I should have took a picture, but I didn't, it got several readings which I'll put here. The high was 390 or 1.77 joules. This is with 2.5s now. 390, 1.77 joules. The low was 376, which is 1.64 joules with 2.5s. So you got to figure this, if you think about the high 390, that's about 415, give or take, like maybe 415, 410. All right, which is not bad for all the damage that it had and the parts I had to put together for it. So on average, it's probably about from 376 to 390. That's 14, so 7, so it's 80, 84, 83, 383 average with .25s. Under the field limit, but this thing just sails the BBs out there. So if somebody wants a sniper rifle on my team to try it, I'm going to give them this, but they have to use heavyweight BBs. Now, the 4.3s are good. If they want to put 3.2s in this, they have to like adjust their scope or whatever, because they do hop up out there at distance. So I think eventually the hop up will break in a little bit, and keeping the hop up all the way off is actually going to help it. So this has been like on the bench after the fact for this rifle. This is actually complete. I am not going to do anything else to it except maybe take a look inside that stock. If that's got a big weight in there, I might take that sucker out of there, because like I said, it's not balanced. So as always, you guys enjoy your day if the sun is shining, which it's not here, and practice safe social distancing. Is that what it is? Social distancing, yeah. All right. Stupid. All right. Have a good one.
Oh, that's not right. No.